Empathize. Understanding the real problem, a college noticed something worrying. Even though students attended classes regularly, many of them looked disconnected, tired, and uninterested during lectures. Teacher initially believed students were becoming lazy because of mobile phones and social media distractions. Some staff members even started increasing rules and strictness inside the classrooms, but surprisingly, nothing improved. Attendance stayed the same, but student engagement kept decreasing. Instead of immediately forcing solutions, one professor decided to approach the situation differently using the design thinking. The first step was empathy. Instead of judging students, the professor started talking to them personally. Small conversations slowly revealed the real problem. Many students were not mentally disconnected because they hated studying. They were emotionally exhausted. Some were struggling with pressure from family expectations, some feared failure constantly, others felt invisible because they believed nobody truly understood their stress. Online comparisons and fear of the future had silently destroyed their motivation. The problem was never just students not focusing. The real issue was emotional burnout and lack of connection inside the learning environment. This completely changed the perspective of the teachers. Design thinking teaches something powerful before solving a problem. Understand the human emotion behind the problem, because many times what we see on the surface is not the actual issue. People do not always openly express what they are going through. That is why empathy becomes the most important step. Once the college stopped blaming students and started understanding them emotionally, the entire direction of the solution changed. Sometimes one honest conversation reveals more truth than months of assumption. Define and ideate. Creating human centered solution after understanding the emotional struggles students were facing. The college realized the strict rules alone would never solve the issue. The actual challenge was creating an environment where students felt motivated, emotionally supported, and connected. This become the defined stage of design thinking, clearly identifying the real problem instead of asking how do we control students better. The question become how might we create a learning environment where students feel engaged and emotionally safe. That one changes in perspective changed everything. Now came the ideation stage. Teachers, students, and mentors started brainstorming together without judging ideas immediately. Some students suggested shorter interactive sessions instead of long lectures. Others wanted peer discussions, storytelling based learning, and stress relief activities between classes. One student said something powerful. We do not want teachers to only teach subjects, we want them to understand us. That sentence became the emotional core of the entire case study. Slowly, the college designed simple but meaningful solutions. They introduced open discussion circles where students could speak freely without fear of judgment. Teachers started using storytelling and real life examples during the lectures. Small appreciation system were introduced to encourage participation instead of only focusing on marks. Mentally wellness sessions were also included. None of these ideas were expensive or complicated, but they were human centered. Design thinking is not about creating flashy innovation all the time. Sometimes innovation simply means understanding people deeply enough to design solutions that genuinely improve their experiences. The moment students felt emotionally included, their energy inside classroom slowly started changing. Prototype test and transformation. The college decided to test these new ideas gradually instead of changing everything at once. This became the prototype stage of design thinking. A few classrooms were selected first. Teacher experimented with interactive communication, storytelling methods, team activities, and emotional check ins before classes. Initially, not everything worked perfectly. Some activities felt awkward. Some students still stayed quiet, but instead of giving up, the college kept observing and improving based on feedback. That is one of the most important lessons in design thinking. Failure is not the end. Feedback becomes part of improvement. Slowly, something beautiful started happening. Students who rarely participated began speaking during discussion. Attendance became more energetic instead of forced. Teachers noticed better communication and stronger relationships inside classrooms. Even academic performance improved naturally because students finally felt emotionally connected to learning again. The biggest transformation was not marks or attendance, it was students' mindset. Students stopped seeing colleges as a place of pressure and slowly started feeling supported instead of judged. Teachers also realized something important. Education is not only about completing syllabus portions, it is about understanding humans' behavior, emotions, and experiences. This case study proves that many problems cannot be solved through real rules alone. Human centered thinking creates stronger impact than authority alone. Design thinking works when because it focuses on people before solution. Whether in education, business, healthcare, or leadership, understanding emotion always leads to better innovation. At the end of the day, people may forget systems and strategies, but they never forget environments where they felt understood, motivated, and valued everything. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please do comment and share this video to your friends.